Welcome to Strange Sculpting, where we redefine strength and sculpt success, one episode at a time. Let's get started.
Today, I'm going to read from my book, The 40-Day Fix, which everybody needs to get this book. Sarah, if you would, point up at the QR code right there. Today, which is January the 15th, 2026, you can download the book for free. Today until the 19th of January, it's free in Kindle. So download it. No excuses. You can do it. But I'm going to read from the book. Are you ready? I'm going to read from the book, just one passage. It's from my disclaimer, page number 5. You're going to eat less than you think you need, talking about my book, move more than you want to, and question your sanity halfway through. Everyone around you will tell you it's too much. The experts will warn you it's unsafe. That's why people are confused. It's not because they're weak. It's because too many experts are yelling way too many different things. It's amazing. I've been a trainer for 20 years, and there's so much misinformation out there. It's insane. That's the reason why I wrote this book, The 40-Day Fix. It's the foundation for nutrition. Whenever you get this book, even though it's the world's fastest way to get fit, it's a quick fix. Everybody talks bad about quick fixes. This is literally the foundation. You'll never stop doing the principle in this book. You'll only build on them. So you don't need another opinion. You need to buy this book. Actually, you don't need to buy it. It's free. It just says free. Also, anything, whenever you're watching this, if you watch it in February, you're not going to get the book for free. Sorry. But regardless, if you listen to anything me and Sara say, who I'm going to introduce in a minute, hear anything we say and you like it, please share it, because we want to change the world. We want people fit. 80% of the population is overweight, obese, or severely obese, and I want to change that. Now, I'm going to introduce one of my favorite clients. I say that loosely. No, she's a great client of mine. Sara, she's become a friend.
Hello.
There she is, Sara Jansen. She's competed in bikini, figure, and physique. Yep. But this episode's not about competitors. It's about where discipline actually starts. I'm going to show you a picture of her. Women and men. There she is. Amazing. She did all that with discipline. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. Everybody thinks, genetics. They think, everybody, you're special if you do it. You are special, but maybe not the kind of special people want you to be. So, Sara, did you start as a competitor?
No.
Whenever you first started, you did. Tell me a little bit about where you started.
I started years ago, and basically I did cardio, and I killed myself over cardio.
Yep.
If I would have known now what I did then, I wouldn't have beat myself up over cardio.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It is.
So, but you basically, though, you started with the basics. Whenever you started with me, before you started with me, you were confused. And so that's the reason why, if I were you, I'd hire an expert. If you're out there, you don't know what to do, the fastest point to enlightenment is somebody who's done what you're trying to do. And so find the person that has done what you want to do, and maybe in a similar situation, or somebody who's trained enough people who they know your situation, which is like myself, and they'll start you with the basics. And you started with the basics. You started with cardio. But then when you came to me, you paid me to learn over time.
Yep.
And I'd probably say it was funny. Whenever I started with a trainer, it was the most money I ever spent in my life on a service. It was ridiculous. I paid $10,000. This guy trained me. And it was honestly the best money I ever spent. But you paid me for that. And what's amazing, Sara, if people would just download this book for free, they get a lot of this stuff that you paid and I paid for free, because it's actually the brain behind.
It's awesome.
It's amazing. Anyway, so what would it look like whenever somebody, and let's talk more about that foundation. So if someone doesn't have a foundation, like you start out with cardio, then you start with me, which I gave you the basics. What happens whenever somebody doesn't have that foundation? Think about you before. What does that look like? Obviously, you're not getting your result, but what does it look like?
I was kind of lost, really.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know. I didn't really know where to start. I just assumed cardio would help.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
No, it's fine.
No, go ahead. I was going to ask you about your food. It was your food. Tell me about your food. Tell me about.
That was terrible too, though.
You knew nothing about food.
I would try to eat a certain way, basically 3 meals a day. I mean, there's so much more to it. I wasn't eating correctly. I wasn't working out correctly. So I wasn't getting the results I should have been getting. I wasn't following a plan, really.
Well, you were trying to follow a plan.
I was, but
let me ask you a question about this, though. You can stumble over the truth because probably some of the principles you learned from me, you heard from other people, but you were actually, you listened to me and I gave you clarity. And when I gave you clarity and you committed, it led to this body that I'm going to show you again. Because
oh yeah, the results I got were amazing.
Oh yeah,
I was blown away.
Because before you met me and before you started doing the principles that I outlined in the 40-Day Fix, you were confused. You're confused. It's a fact. Most people are confused because there's a lot of experts telling you a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. And then you were confused, and because you were confused, you lack structure.
Yep.
I mean, really, because how many times did you probably start and you didn't get the results you want, so you'd start and then you'd stop?
Oh yeah, and I did so for years I did cardio and just ab workout. That was it. And then I got sick of that because I wanted more and I wasn't getting more. So I was like, well, I'm going to try this workout video. It was P90X.
Yeah.
And I did that for, 2 years. And then I'd do a little bit of cardio as well along with it. And I still didn't get the results that I felt like I should have been getting. But I also wasn't eating the correct amount of food and protein in fats that I needed to take shape of what I wanted.
Because there's so many different people out there. You got keto, we got intermittent fasting, we got all different kinds of ideas out there.
Tried that too. I have.
There's all and there's not. I'm not even going to blast them. There's nothing wrong with them.
No.
But what you have to ask yourself, the reason why mine is 40 days, because it's a 40-day foundation. It's not for life, but it's a foundation. What really stinks about most quick fixes, which people won't tell you it's a quick fix. In my book, I tell people every chapter, this is a quick fix, because I don't want people doing the 40-day fix more than 40 days. But the difference between this is it's an honest quick fix. Keto, if you're not honest with yourself, is a quick for most people. Because I tell you what, whenever I quit eating carbs, what I want carbs. And everybody brings it back eventually. And that's the reason why their waistline goes from 35 inches to 40 inches after keto. Not because keto's bad, same with intermittent fasting. I train a girl who, she told me one time, she said, I thought intermittent fasting, she said, she's really fit. She looks like you. She's built like you. She said, I heard intermittent fasting is the only way to get fit. I said, well, look at you. You're in great shape. And she said, well, I read this and I watched this and I said, okay, I want you to, do you know 5 people your age that look like you? She said, no. Do you know 5 people any age that's a woman that look like you? She said, no. I said, okay. What happens? Let me ask you another question. So you don't. So obviously the first premise of your question or of your statement was wrong. This is the only way to get fit because you're extremely fit. Number 2 is, what happens whenever you don't eat breakfast? Oh, I want to beat up my husband. I said, okay, that's probably not going to end in a great marriage. So let me ask you another question. Is intermittent fasting a long-term solution for you? No, it's not. That's what people need to ask themselves before they get any plan. Is it a long-term solution? I'm going to say it again. This is not a long-term solution. This is a quick fix, but it's literally the foundation. You'll learn more in this book than you can dream of This book has been, been a trainer for 20 years, and it's the basics of nutrition. It's dumbed down so people like me and Sara can understand it. Because the reason why me and Sara get along so well, because we both speak at a 5th grade level. That's a joke, by the way. You're supposed to laugh about that. But seriously, it's very easy to read. Show them the QR code again. Click that QR code. It's
Right
free
there.
for the next 5 days. Okay. Now let me ask you another question, Sara, because I've done a lot of talking. When you first started training with me, what was the first non-negotiable rule? Something you said before you did anything advanced. What was the first thing you said? This is a non-negotiable rule.
Stick to the plan.
Yep.
You have to stick to the plan. And I promise you, if you do, you will see results.
Oh, it's impossible not to.
You will see it. And it might not be quick, but you will see them.
Yep. Commitment brings clarity. And whenever you committed, you trusted me, you seen what I did with other people, you said, it's going to work for me. And it did. What did those actions look like? Just break it down as far as, because anybody can do it. And I think what happens is whenever they see a picture of you, they say, oh, I can never look like that.
Oh no.
You might not ever look like her, but you have a version of it, but you can, if that's what you want, you could look like that.
Yes, you can. You just have to follow the plan. You have to do what you're told and you will get there. And it may be hard at first, just because what I've come to, some people have asked me in the past, gosh, I have all this food. I'm not used to it because I have 6 meals, six, there's snacks and there's some lunch and dinner, breakfast. The hardest part in the beginning for me, to be honest, was getting that last meal in at the day. The very end of the evening, it was my shake that I had. And I even remember telling Dawn, I was like, man, I don't know. I can't finish this. And you will get used to that though. So just trust the process and you will get used to it and your body will become familiar with it. And then you'll be like, wow, I did it and I'm doing it and I'm seeing the results. But you just got to give it time and be consistent.
Yeah, that's where time typically, that's where people break down.
Yes.
Because they don't see results as fast as they think they should.
Right.
And let me tell you something too. Failure takes forever. Success happens the instant you make the right decision. And people don't understand that. You know, you didn't gain the weight. If you're 50 years old, 40 years old, 30 years old, listening to me, you didn't gain that weight in 1 year. You gained it over the culmination of 10, 20 years. And you can't expect to lose 100 pounds in 2 weeks. It doesn't happen that way.
Oh, no.
Unrealistic expectations. Expectations minus results equals conflict. And so I don't give you those unrealistic expectations. Probably here's a good number for you if you're looking to lose weight. 1% of your body weight weekly. That would be a good number. So if you weigh 200 pounds, 2 pounds a week, it's about where you need to be. Any more than that. Now, what's amazing is this: on the 40-day fix, because it's the fastest way to get fit, this is the fastest way to lose weight. You will experience it faster than that. You will, because I limit it crazy. And so why do undisciplined people get bored before they get disciplined? Think about all your friends. Why do they get bored?
I mean, most of the times because they don't see results.
You're disciplined. When you want fast loss in the past, like you just did the 40-day fix again last year before she got my 40-day fix shirt on. She did a photo shoot with the 40-day fix and she did it right before there. But why would you default to the 40-day fix? Is it because it's structure, it's discipline, you know exactly the results? What would it be?
Because the calorie deficit for one, you're not eating as much. You have to be very disciplined. Basically, because you're not getting what you're used to getting intake wise. So you're more hungry. So you got to fight that. You got to fight your hunger off. And it's You got to be very disciplined.
Yes, you do have to be disciplined. And it's in a border. It's like you are in a box, there's structure. And so the 40-day fix puts you in this. If you're not doing what it says, you're not on a plan. And so, yes, it is a calorie restricted diet. You're going to be hungry. It's not easy. But what happens over that time, if you do it for 40 days, just like, what'd you say?
Body gets used to that.
Your body gets used to it, but then also your mind gets used to it too. And whenever you complete it, just like whenever you did your first show, this is not for competitors, but the 40-day fix is very similar. You build confidence. You feel confident because your mind is stronger than your body and what you want to do. And so you'll be stronger.
You are. My mind, when I started following this plan and doing it, I got stronger mentally, physically and mentally. It all wraps in one. And it's just amazing. You feel so much better and so much more confident. It's a great feeling. So,
it is. I would say that is even better, to be honest with you. If you get lean, if you're a woman or you're a man, you ever see your abs, and that's not about abs, by the way. If you ever get to your goal, if you ever just do the 40-day fix and you do it exactly how I tell you, the resolve it takes will build you into a person that you've never been before. In order to get what you want, you have to be a different kind of person. And that's what it's about. It's not just a book about fitness. It's not just a book about health. It's about mindset and about changing your mind to be the disciplined person you're supposed to be to get what you want. And you want health.
You'll think more positive too.
Oh, 100%. It's it's amazing. Okay, now I'm going to ask you this question. What changed first on the 40-day fix? Was it your body or your behavior?
Behavior. And it just kind of went from there.
Oh, yeah, your behavior has to change. Because behavior, what you do, your habits, and Sarah's got great habits. How long have you been my client? Like 10 years, probably. A long time.
2019. The very beginning of 2019.
Good grief. 7 years. She's been my client for 7 years.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
2016, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying. It's been
mentor.
that long. Time flies. Yeah. It's just amazing. Time flies.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm younger now. I really do. I'm just going to keep calling myself that because I got depressed.
Now. I agree. I feel much better now than I did in my 20s and in my 30s.
Yeah. Because behavior changes before results. And your behavior changed when you got in the program, changed your mind, and it led to the results you have. And and the reason why most people quit early is because they don't want to change their behavior. That's a fact. They just don't want to do it. They feel like they think it's not going to work. I'm giving you a testimony here. She looked like this, and now she looks like that. She maintains very close to that after picture. And she could be there in probably 4 weeks at any given time because she lives the brand. And now after the 40-day fix, because we'll talk after the 40-day fix, you're not on the 40-day fix right now. You live on a lifestyle plan where you could eat a lot of foods you like.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that real quick.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah. But the foundation never stops. You always know, hey, you get this amount of ground protein. This is what you do as far as exercise. The foundation stays the same. That's why whenever we need to get you lean, it's really easy. She stays lean anyway. Yeah.
It's nice.
But what do you think most people think they need to have before they start, but they really don't need it? What do people say? I don't have this. What do you think it is?
Time. I always hear
Is that it? Give me all.
When do you fit that in? When do you do that? How do you? I go when the time I can go is early in the morning. I get up at 4:15 and I get ready and then I hit to the gym and I get back in time because I got to get my kids ready for school, breakfast made, all that stuff, and my workday started.
Yeah.
And I've done that. I've done that forever now in the mornings. It's the way to go. Unless depends on how your work schedule is, what your kid's schedule is, but you can get it in. It's just the excuses you make for yourself.
Absolutely. Everybody's got 24 hours a day.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
a lot of people, the people that complain, how much are they doing this, by the way? How much are they looking at their phone? How much time do they stay home and Netflix, and chill?
Right.
Probably
just-
more than you do. Right? Because you have priorities. Waiting doesn't create readiness. Obedience does. That's a fact.
Yep.
We've given you clarity. This book will give you plenty of clarity. I'm going to ask you one more question. It's the final question I have.
Okay.
If someone wants to eventually do something hard, like competing, what must they prove first? What must they prove first?
They can stick to a plan.
That's exactly right. Yeah, so
you have to.
Bottom line. Yeah. So if somebody's wanting to compete, they shouldn't even try unless they can do 40 days.
You're right.
You can't do 40 days. You're not going to compete. And this isn't about competitors. If you weigh, I have a client, by the way, who's lost 252 pounds, and she's done the 40-day fix multiple times. So this just isn't for competitors. Sarah just happens to be a competitor, and I want to show you the elite because I'll show all different shades of life. I'm going to be interviewing a lot of my clients over the next year, and every time I do, they're going to look a little different than Sarah. Everybody's not going to look like Sarah. Few of them will, few of them won't. But every walk of life, everybody can do the 40-day fix. And if you do this, if you do the 40-day fix, you have a possibility of maybe looking like Sarah one day if you're a woman and you want to. But not if you can't do this. Okay, now I'm going to bring it back to the promo. It's not actually a promo. It's free. I think a promotion would indicate me getting something from it. I don't even get an email address from it because it's on Kindle. And so you go to Amazon.com, you type in the 40-day fix, and you can get this book for free from the 15th of January, 2026 to the 19th. Anyway, Sarah, would you like to say anything else? Any parting words for the people?
If you need a good coach and trainer, go to Donald Strange. He's the best.
My gosh, that's a fact. Thank you so much, Sarah. I think today, hopefully you guys learned something. If you didn't learn anything, rewatch it because I might have learned something.
And go get your book. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, go get the book. Here it is again, one last time. Like, subscribe, and share.
It'll change your life. Go get it.
If you want comfort, go read a cookbook. If you want transformation, welcome to the Strange Sculpting Podcast. I'm Don Strange. We kill excuses, prioritize protein, and build discipline. Let's get to work.